This is the instructional video for your first composition assignment, melody number 1. The assignment is to write a melody in simple meter in a major key. The melody will be 8 bars in length. There are a lot of ways you can get started with this. Many composers will go directly to the piano and begin to improvise until something stirs their fancy and begin to write it down and construct music that way. I'm going to use a different approach than that. I'm going to show you another method where we create a plan, and if it's a good plan, the music will almost write itself. We know what the parameters are: simple meter, major key, 8 bars in length. Okay, we can begin to create a plan based on that. How do we decide on a meter? I chose 3/4 because I want a meter that has one downbeat. 3/4 meters are very easygoing, and you can see over here that I'm suggesting that I want the character of this melody to be sort of easygoing. My tempo, allegretto, moving, but not very quickly. Down here, you can see I've set the duration to 8 bars. Next, before I explain my process for choosing pitches or choosing rhythms, I'd like to show you this: expressions. What expression markings are easygoing? Legato, a light staccato. Dynamics might include piano, mezzo forte. But you've noticed I've excluded forte from my plan because I don't want this to become heavy-handed. The form of the piece, this is the way we describe the structure of the piece. I'm going to use an apex shape, which I'll explain when we have some pitches to look at, with Erlini. Erlini are the stepwise descending structural pitches that tend to be found in tonal melodies. We'll take a look at that when we have a musical example as well. Our Erlini will consist of scale degree 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So let's take a look. I've also selected a key signature, B flat major. I like this key signature because of the way the tonic lays in the mid-range of the soprano on the treble clef. The dominant, F, the highest line of the treble clef, the dominant below the tonic will be in the first space of the treble clef. So this melody fits comfortably on the clef, which is also very easy to read and easygoing. I've also created some initial thoughts on rhythm. You can see pickup note. I'm not sure. But I wrote some patterns that I thought sounded easygoing. Pa, 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 pa. Pa, 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 pa. Pa, pa, pa. And then you'll notice here that I thought maybe mixing up leaps and steps might be a good idea for this melody. All right. So now that I have a plan, I can begin to sketch out my ideas. You can see this is my first sketch. You can see that I've drafted in a key signature and the treble clefs. I'm working very quickly at this point. I'm getting my ideas down. You can see here the tonic pitch is where I start, and then I have what is called the initial ascent up to what's called a climax tone. Apex melodies, remember apex from form, apex melodies will have a climax tone in an initial ascent up to that higher pitch, followed by descent. Initial ascent melodies that converge at a climax tone will be pretty easy then to write an Erlini or a stepwise descent to the tonic pitch. Scale degree 1, 3, 5, and then scale degree 4 is in bar 5, scale degree 3, bar 7, as well as 2 and 1. You can see that there are some sketches, some lines. These lines indicate ascending pitch. I don't know what those pitches are yet, but they indicate ascending pitch. You're also seeing on this sketch articulations. I think it's very important to get articulation down right away because that has a lot to do with the character of the music. You can see that I have 3 legato measures followed by staccato. Then probably legato, staccato, legato, and conclude. I also have some dynamics sketched out. Mezzo forte, and then this decrescendo to piano. Once again, I'm leaning towards that pickup note, and so you're seeing that indicated here in parentheses as a question. Okay, so this is my sketch. It may look like a mess right now, but the closer I get to finale, the more polished it's going to be. Next, let's take a look at another draft. Here, I actually have pitches. Notice that the pickup note prevailed. I decided to put that in. Just looking at this, you can see that the notation quality, while it may not be perfect, but the note heads are in the right places, and the rest of the notation just serves to hold my ideas for the draft. When we go to finale, we'll be able to make this look very professional. Okay, so here's scale degree 1, B flat. You'll notice that I have a leap. Remember, I wanted steps and leaps. I want to connect B flat to D, the pitch D. And so I use this figure, and you can see that B flat and D are connected. There's a C here, which serves as the second scale degree, and I weave around that C these other notes. The next note I want is my climax tone, F. Notice that I have D here, B flat, and then a quick ascent of notes to F. So the rhythm that I chose here, I'm using that in bar 1 and bar 2. And notice in bar 3, I've contrasted that with this rhythm here. I take a note out. We expect to hear pa, 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 pa. Using this rhythm here, and this mixes it up. This rhythm here, then I use in bar 6, and I continue with this 2-measure rhythm pattern. I repeat that twice, and then the final time, that rhythm pattern is intact, but the final pitch is here. Let's review. The climax tone, scale degree is scale degree 5, scale degree 4, scale degree 3 in measure 7, 2, and finally scale degree 1. I didn't put all the articulation on the page here because at this point I'm ready to go to finale, and I'm going to put the articulation in based on my initial draft. Okay, that's the conclusion of the first part of this mini series on melody number 1. Let's open up the next video and take a look at considerations when it comes to entering your melody with finale.